The space station was busy that morning. People moved through the long halls and small rooms. Students from many planets came here to learn. Today, a new student arrived. She was not like the others. She was an alien girl from a faraway world. Her name was Mira. She looked small and quiet. Her skin was a soft blue color. Her eyes were big and bright, but a little sad. When Mira stepped into the school hall, many students stopped and looked at her. They could smell her before they even saw her well. Mira's scent was different. It was strong and strange. Some students moved away from her. They did not want to sit near her in class. They whispered to each other and stared. Mira felt lonely. She held her books tight and tried not to cry. In the middle of the room, a boy watched her closely. His name was Tom. He was from Earth, a human planet far from Mira's home. Tom noticed how sad Mira looked. He saw the other students avoid her. He wondered why. Tom had grown up hearing stories about many planets. His grandmother told him about different worlds and strange creatures. One story was about a planet with blue skies and soft winds. It was a peaceful place. The smell of that place was like fresh rain and flowers. When Tom smelled Mira, it reminded him of those stories. Tom walked toward Mira. She looked up and saw him. She was surprised, but did not move away. Tom smiled and said, "Hi, I am Tom. Welcome to our school." Mira smiled a little. She said, "Hello, I am Mira." Tom asked, "Are you okay? You look sad." Mira looked down. "No one wants to sit near me. They do not like my scent." Tom said, "I do not mind your scent. It reminds me of home. Maybe other students will understand one day." Mira felt hope for the first time since she arrived. Tom sat beside her. He helped her find her classroom and showed her where to eat. They talked about their planets and dreams. Mira felt happy to have a friend. The day went on. Some students still stayed away from Mira. They whispered and laughed quietly. But Tom stood by her side. He told others that Mira was kind and smart. Slowly, some students came closer. In the evening, Mira looked at the stars from her room. She thought about the new place and the new friend. She felt less afraid. She hoped that soon she would find a home in this big space station. The next morning, Mira arrived at the school early. She wanted to be ready for the day. She hoped the students would not avoid her too much. She wished she could sit with others during lessons and meals, but she knew it might be hard. When Mira walked into the classroom, she saw empty seats all around. The students looked at her but stayed far away. The air smelled strange because of her scent. Some students covered their noses quietly. Mira felt her heart beat fast. She sat alone at the corner. Tom came into the classroom and smiled at her. He took the seat next to her. Some students whispered, "Why does Tom sit with her? She smells different." But Tom did not care. He only wanted to help Mira feel welcome. During the lesson, Mira listened carefully. She was smart and quick. The teacher asked questions, and Mira answered well. Some students began to watch her differently. They saw she was not just the strange, alien girl. She was a good student. At lunch, Mira sat alone again. The cafeteria was full of noise and smells from many kinds of food. Mira's scent made some students move their trays to another table. She wished she could join them, but felt sad. Tom came with his tray and sat beside Mira. He said, "I like your scent. It reminds me of my home. My grandmother told me about a place with smells like that." Mira looked surprised. "You like it?" she asked quietly. Tom nodded. "Yes, it is not bad. It is special. It tells a story about where you come from." Mira smiled for the first time that day. "Thank you, Tom. You make me feel less alone." After lunch, some students asked Tom why he liked Mira's scent. Tom told them about his grandmother's stories. He said the scent was like fresh rain, soft grass, and flowers from a far planet. Slowly, more students became curious. A girl named Nina said, "Maybe her scent is not strange. Maybe it is a part of who she is." Another boy said, "I never thought about it like that." Mira felt a warm feeling inside. She wanted to tell her story. She wanted to share her world. Tom said, "One day, we will all understand each other better." The day passed with small changes. Some students still stayed away, but others came closer. Mira started to feel that she might have a place here. In the evening, Mira and Tom talked about their homes. Mira told Tom about her planet. It was covered in forests and soft light. Her people lived in peace and cared for nature. The scent was a sign of their love for their world. Tom listened with interest. He said, "Your planet sounds beautiful. I want to learn more." Mira smiled. She felt happy to have a friend who cared. As night came, Mira looked at the stars again. She felt a little less afraid. Maybe this new place could become a new home. Maybe she could belong here with friends like Tom. The days passed quickly on the space station. Mira and Tom spent more time together. Their friendship grew stronger with each day. Tom learned about Mira's world, and Mira learned about Tom's life on Earth. They shared stories, laughed, and helped each other. Mira liked to talk about her home planet. It was full of green forests and soft blue skies. The air smelled fresh and sweet. Her people lived with nature and cared for every living thing. The scent that others found strange was a sign of love for her planet. It told a story of peace and family. Tom liked to listen. He told Mira about Earth. He spoke about tall mountains, deep oceans, and warm sun. He told her about his family and his dreams. Tom wanted to be an explorer one day, to travel to new worlds and meet new people. One day during class, Mira felt nervous. The teacher asked a hard question. She was afraid to answer. Tom looked at her and smiled. He whispered, "You can do it." Mira took a deep breath and spoke clearly. She gave the right answer. The teacher smiled and said, "Well done." The students clapped. Mira felt proud. Tom's encouragement helped her believe in herself. At lunch, Tom and Mira sat together, as usual. Some students were still unsure about Mira, but others began to join them. A boy named Leo came and said, "Can I sit with you?" Tom nodded happily. "Of course." More students followed. Soon the table was full of different faces from many planets. They talked about games, music, and food. Mira felt happy. She was no longer alone. Mira told the group about her people's way of living. She explained how the scent was a sign of welcome and kindness on her planet. Some students listened carefully and started to see things from her view. One girl said, "It is good to learn about other worlds. We can all be friends." Tom smiled. He knew that friendship was the best way to break walls between people. That evening, Mira and Tom walked near the space station windows. They looked at the stars shining bright. Mira said softly, "Thank you, Tom. You made this place feel like home." Tom replied, "We are friends. Friends help each other. You belong here." Mira smiled. She felt strong and happy. She knew that with friends like Tom, she could face any challenge. But the space station was not always kind. Some students still whispered and watched them from a distance. Mira heard their words but did not let them hurt her. She learned that being different was hard, but also special. Tom stood by her side. He said, "You are not alone. We will face this together." Mira felt brave. She believed that her friendship with Tom was the beginning of something new, something good. Life on the space station was changing for Mira. She had made friends, but not everyone accepted her. Some students still felt strange about her scent and her different ways. They whispered behind her back and sometimes laughed quietly. Mira could hear them, but she tried not to show how much it hurt. One day, during a break between classes, A group of students gathered near the hallway. They watched Mira and Tom talking. One boy named Kian stepped forward. He was bigger and stronger. Kian said loudly, "Why do you sit with her, Tom? She smells different. It is not normal." Tom looked at Kian calmly. He said, "Mira is my friend. She is kind and smart. Her scent tells a story of her home, and it is not bad." Kian laughed and said, "You are just making excuses. She is not like us. You should stay away." Other students began to whisper and nod. The hallway felt colder. Mira felt her heart beat fast. She was scared but tried to stand tall. Tom stood. Beside her without fear, Tom raised his voice. "Being different is not a problem. It is a strength. Mira's scent is part of who she is. If you cannot accept that, the problem is with you." Kian looked surprised. No one expected Tom to speak so strongly. Some students started to agree with Tom quietly. Kian looked around but saw he had lost support. He stepped back and walked away. After the challenge, many students came closer to Mira. They said sorry for their words. They wanted to learn more about her. Mira smiled and said, "Thank you for trying to understand." Tom and Mira felt proud. Their friendship had changed the hearts of many. That day, Mira learned that standing up was important. She learned that fear and misunderstanding could be overcome by kindness and courage. Later, Mira and Tom sat in the quiet garden of the space station. The garden was full of small plants and soft light. Mira said, "I was scared today, but you helped me be brave." Tom smiled. "We help each other. Friends stand together." Mira looked at the plants and said, "My people believe that every living thing has a story. Even the scent of a flower tells who it is." Tom nodded. "Here, people will learn your story too." The days went on. Mira found new ways to share her world. She showed her friends how to understand the meaning behind her scent. The students listened and asked questions. They wanted to know more about her home and culture. Slowly, the space station felt warmer and more friendly. Mira felt that she was no longer alone, but challenges would come again. Mira knew that. She was ready. With Tom and new friends, she felt strong. Days passed and the space station was busy with activity. Mira and Tom's friendship was strong, and many students were beginning to accept Mira. But there was still a part of the story that no one fully understood. The meaning behind Mira's scent. One afternoon, Tom found Mira sitting alone in the library. She was reading an old book about her planet and people. Tom sat beside her and asked, "What are you reading?" Mira smiled softly. "This book tells the story of my home. It explains why my scent is so important." Tom was curious. "Can you tell me more?" Mira nodded. "On my planet, the scent I have is a sign of peace and family. It is like a greeting that tells others I come with good intentions. It is not just a smell. It is a part of who we are." Tom listened carefully. He said, "That is beautiful. It means your scent is a language, a way to say hello without words." "Yes," Mira said, "it shows love and trust. When we meet new people, the scent helps them know we are friends." Tom thought about this. "Maybe if we tell the others, they will understand better. They will see that your scent is not strange but special." Mira smiled with hope. Together, they made a plan to share this story with their classmates. The next day, during a class break, Tom and Mira stood before the group of students. Mira took a deep breath and spoke. "My scent is a sign of peace," she said. "It tells others I come with friendship and kindness. On my planet, it is how we show love for our family and home." The students listened quietly. Some looked surprised, others smiled. Tom added, "When I smell Mira, it reminds me of the stories my grandmother told me about a place full of peace and beauty. It is a good scent. It is a sign of hope." One girl said, "I never knew a scent could mean so much. It is like a message." Another boy said, "We should learn more about each other's worlds. There is much to discover." From that day, Mira's scent became a symbol for the students. It was no longer something to fear or avoid. It was a bridge that connected their worlds. Mira felt proud. She thanked Tom for helping her share her story. Tom smiled and said, "We all have stories. Sharing them helps us understand and care." The space station felt different now. It was not just a place for learning. It was a place for friendship and peace. Mira and Tom knew their journey was just beginning. That evening, Mira looked at the stars from the garden. She felt happy and strong. She had found friends who accepted her for who she was. She whispered, "This is my new home." Life on the space station was peaceful for a time. Mira had made many friends, and the students had learned to accept her scent as a sign of peace. Tom and Mira often spent time together, exploring the station and talking about their dreams. One day, a loud alarm sounded through the halls. The space station was shaking slightly. The students and teachers gathered quickly in the main hall. The commander's voice came over the speakers. "Attention all. We have detected a threat approaching the station. A group of dangerous space. Pirates is coming. We must prepare to defend ourselves." The students were scared. Mira felt her heart beat fast. She looked at Tom. "What can we do?" she asked. Tom said, "We must stay calm and help each other." The adults began organizing the defense. The space station had strong shields and weapons, but the pirates were close. Everyone was nervous. Mira remembered something from her planet. Her people had special skills. They could sense danger before it arrived and use energy to protect others. Mira had been training quietly since she came to the station, but she had not told anyone. Tom looked at Mira. "Can you help us?" he asked. Mira nodded. She felt brave. She wanted to protect her new home and friends. Mira stood in the control room. She closed her eyes and focused. She felt the energy around her. Slowly, a soft blue light glowed from her hands. The room was quiet. Everyone watched in surprise. Mira sent a wave of energy to the station's shield controls. The shields grew stronger and brighter. The pirates' attack came, but the shields held firm. The students and crew worked together. Some helped with repairs, others with communications. Tom helped calm younger students. The battle lasted for hours. The space pirates tried many times, but Mira's power helped protect the station. Her scent filled the air, and everyone felt hope and strength. When the pirates finally left, the station was safe. The commander thanked Mira. "Your gift saved us all. We are lucky to have you here." Mira smiled. She felt proud, but tired. Tom came to her side and said, "You were amazing. You protected everyone." Mira said, "I feel stronger because I have friends. We all help each other." That night, the space station celebrated. Mira's bravery brought the students closer. The scent that once made others afraid now symbolized hope and protection. Mira looked at the stars and whispered, "This is my home, and I will protect it." Scent. She was a hero and a friend. The students and teachers respected her and wanted to know more about her world. The space station felt warmer and full of hope. Tom and Mira walked through the halls together. People smiled and greeted them. Some students who once stayed away now asked to join their group. Mira felt happy and proud. She knew she had found a new family. One day, the principal called Mira and Tom to his office. He said, "You two have shown us the power of friendship and understanding. We want to create a special place here on the station, a place where students from all planets can share their stories and cultures." Mira smiled. "That is a wonderful idea." Tom nodded. It will help everyone feel at home. Together, they helped design the new space. It was filled with books, pictures, and music from many worlds. Students brought their special items to share. The scent of Mira's home was part of the new place. It reminded everyone that differences made them stronger. Mira and Tom often spent time there. They helped new students who felt alone or different. They told stories and listened to others. The space station became a true home for many. One evening, Mira looked at the stars from her window. She thought about her journey, from being lonely and afraid to becoming a friend and protector. She felt grateful for Tom and all the friends she made. Tom joined her and said, "You have changed this place. You showed us that being different is a gift." Mira smiled. "And you showed me the meaning of friendship." Together they knew. The future was bright. The space station was a place where all could belong, where every scent, every story, and every person mattered. Mira whispered softly, "This is my home now, and I am proud." The stars shone brightly above the space station. A new family lived there, strong, kind, and united. The story of the alien, girl and the human boy became a tale told for many years. A tale of courage, friendship, and hope.